Hey guys, so today, or I should say this morning, it's like, what time is it in the morning? 5 in the morning. I'm still awake. I can't sleep. I'm extremely pissed off. Okay, I was up in the air but making a video about this because I really don't even know how to get into it without letting my anger get the best of me. But this is going to be a negative review. And it's going to be a really weird kind of negative review because typically if I was going to make a negative review, it would be, like one of the specimens passed away, it was DOA, whatever, like that kind of negative review. But in this case, I've been lied to so many times, I don't know what to believe anymore. And because of that, I need to share it. I thought the drama that I dealt with Tarantula Canada was bad, but this is just ridiculous. You guys have seen my Vicularia. Obviously, well, the ones that watch my videos the most, you guys have seen her. Okay, well, I got her from a place called Tangled in Webs. And what started turning this review negative was when I started finding out that the main owner has sold wild caughts as captive breds. Now, I don't know if I've went in this on my channel very much as I have on like Facebook and things like that. I'm pretty against buying wild caught specimens. I don't have anything against anybody who rescues them or what have you. But me personally, I would prefer to get captive bred because I really don't agree with an animal being forced out of its home just so it can live in captivity. I don't think there's a point in that when we can breed them in captivity anyway. That being said, I have a pretty big stand on being against it, and for those who have me on Facebook and what have you, and are in the tea groups and what have you, you would see that because it's something that, has been talked about quite a bit, because obviously it's kind of like one of those controversial things in this hobby. That being said, I put up a post on the one group that I'm on, basically just saying, I think that I've been lied to, I don't really know how to bring it up, what do I say? And she actually commented on it. And the funny thing is I did not mention any names or anything, and she basically was like, oh, you're getting it from one source, blah, 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 it's my ex, blah, 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 and it was just like drama, which first off pissed me off because I don't want to be in the middle of drama junk. That's just silliness. So really to try to point the fingers and point the blame is just silly. But then she goes on to say that she cut me an amazing deal because typically she would charge $75 for a 3-inch captive bred Vicularia. I paid $20 for mine. Here's the thing that's fishy about that. This is the deli that my Vicularia came in. Where does it say? You see, a Vicularia, mind the dirt on the inside. That says a Vicularia. Okay. Now, might be hard for you guys to read. Right there, right up here, that says $40. Where's this $75 spider that was in here? Where was it? Then on the top, it says a Vicularia, $30. Where's the $75 spider that was apparently in here that was such an amazing deal? I'm not saying I didn't get a great deal, but don't freaking lie to me and say that you charged $75 for these spiders when you sold me the goddamn deli it was in from the expo you just went to that has 2 different prices on it, not even close to what you were just telling me. Honestly. This is ridiculous. I'm so sick and tired of this. I'm getting so close to washing my hands of this crap. If this is how this hobby is going to be, I really don't want to be a part of it anymore. I really don't. All I want to do is be able to buy my specimens, have them come home healthy, and then I can do, live happily. That's all I want. And it's ridiculous that I can't even do the simplest thing. This is bullshit that this is happening. And that I have to make a negative review and say, hey, here I am thinking I got this great deal, when in reality, I don't even know what I got. Okay, I don't. I know that I got a spider and I'm very thankful that I have the spider, but I have no freaking clue where she came from, what to even believe in this situation, because I have so many people telling me one thing and then so many people telling me something else. My mind is blown. So the reason I'm making this review as a negative, because I don't think anybody needs to be in the middle of this crap. This is stupidity. All I know is I'm so confused that I will never do business with Tangled and Webs again. I'm done with it. I'm done with the drama. I told her the same thing. I don't want to be in the middle of this crap. I'm here to buy specimens. That is it. Nothing else. I don't want anything to do with this drama. I have enough crap in my life that I have to deal with on a daily basis. I don't need this shit. I don't. And I don't appreciate it, considering this is the one thing that I have that makes me happy. I really don't like that people are fucking with it. And pardon my language, but I'm really, really fed up and really pissed with this. I've been contemplating making this video for the past 4 days. This has been boggling my mind for days because I really don't know what to think about it. And all I can think of every time I start to think about it is pure rage. Because first off, like I said in the beginning of the video, I don't agree with getting wild caught. I don't agree with that. She knows that. I have made that clear. She also knows in my situations that I've been in before with Tarantula Canada and what have you, and then tries to sympathize with me, but then takes advantage of me. Seriously. Just because, and the thing that I don't understand the most about this whole situation is, seriously, we are one giant family. You really don't think I'm not going to fucking find out eventually? Honestly. We all know the same people in this. If you're on Facebook or anything like that, you talk to people with T's, we all know the same people. I may not know them personally, but I know of them. Okay, you know what I mean? It's like I said, a giant fucking family. So don't think that you can pull something off on somebody, because I guarantee you they're going to find out about it. And when they do, they're not going to be impressed. Just like how I am right now. If I come to you and I'm giving you that trust, I'm expecting that you're going to be good, you're going to be true to your word and you're going to give me what I'm looking for, And I thought things were a little bit odd, and I knew that, clearly she wasn't taking my interests into consideration, because one thing that I've said for quite a while, even though I have Old Worlds now, is I'm not ready for an OBT. And actually, the majority of the people that I do go to, especially, arachnophiliacs, with Bruce, he doesn't even tell me about his OBTs, even if he's got them on sale, whatever. He never mentions it to me because he knows I'm not interested. He knows that I'm going to say no. You know what I mean? And, not that I'm expecting people to know everything that I like, but you should know by now, when I've made it clear that I'm not comfortable with that, why, when I'm coming to your house, are you trying to sell me an OBT? That's the one thing that I'm not comfortable with, and you're trying to sell it to me. Why? You have to take people, as a customer, I don't really like when I'm saying, hey, I'm not ready for that, or I can't handle that, and you're just trying to take my money and sell me whatever. And then you try to tell me that, oh, well, because it's just a small spiderling in the vial, that I put the vial in the enclosure to, so it'll go out on its own, so I don't have to mess with it, which, okay, that makes sense. It's simple. But then when I say, well, what do I do when I have to change the substrate? And you tell me that I never have to change its substrate. You're telling me that the whole time that spider's going to live, you're never going to change its substrate? That's disgusting on so many levels. I can't even fathom it. That you would think that that's okay and that you're telling people not to change its substrate. First off, if you're a breeder and you're telling people that, and you seriously do that, you should not be breeding spiders, because clearly you can't handle the animals you have. I'm sorry, but if you're that afraid of it that you can't even do the things that need to be done, that is a health factor, a safe, for their health and benefit, that is a problem. A serious problem. I'm sorry, but don't bite off more than you can chew, and clearly you're biting off more than you can chew if you can't even handle that. That's ridiculous. And to tell somebody that, are you stupid? You don't tell people, oh, you don't have to change the substrate. How would you like to live in the same clothes your whole entire life? That's basically what it's like. They shit, they piss there. You really want your animal in that? These animals can live over 10 years. 10 years in the same dirt? Are you kidding me? Who? My mind is blown. All I know is I am so over this experience. I'm only sharing it because I feel like you guys need to know so you don't go through the same predicament. Because let me tell you, it's stressful. It's confusing. It's frustrating. It's really left a bitter taste in my mouth. I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm so bitter. I'm so bitter about this. I mean, not even 6 months ago, I go through drama with Tarantula Canada, and, you know, I was able to look past that and be like, whatever, you know, it's one person, it's not that big of a deal, and now this. And it's like, seriously, first off, in Canada, there aren't that many reputable breeders as it is, and this hobby is so misunderstood that we don't need idiots like this fucking shit up worse than it already is. We already have idiots in here who fuck shit up for the rest of us. We don't need this. If you're gonna be a breeder, then take it seriously. Like, this is not a joke. And it's not a money pit either. These are freaking animals. Like, all these people are just concerned is with money. Like, I realize we need money to survive only because we've made it that way. But I'm sorry. I'm not going to risk the benefit or the health of an animal to put cash in my pocket. It is not worth it. It is not worth it. And this is also coming from the same person who wanted to take my curly hair, my mature male curly hair, and tells me that if he dies, that she would just give me another male. Why the hell would I want another male? What am I going to do with another male? What is the purpose of giving me a male curly hair? Honestly, what is the point of that? There's no purpose to it. There is no purpose. Like, I mean, really, that is so stupid to be like, oh yeah, we'll just give you another mature male. Yeah, because I don't have use for the one that I have now. But definitely when you give me the other one, when you kill off mine, yeah, I'll have use for that one. Hello? And you're telling that to somebody who just explained to you that I'm, like, overly attached, and then you tell me, oh, don't worry, if he dies, I'll give you another one? Okay, you can't replace one of my spiders like that. It's not just a spider, that's my pet. That is Dante. You can't just replace him and be like, oh, here's Dante the second. That's not going to be my spider. You know, and I don't want to hear that you can just easily be like, oh, I can just replace that. No. That's not how I look at them. They're not a money pit. These are my babies. This is something that's important to me, not just something that can be thrown away or piddled away. That's not how I look at it, and I really don't appreciate that you're going to look at my specimen like that. I'm not going to put my specimen in your hands when you just think it's just all about this. Well, it's not about that to me. I could care less about how much money you make. I care about the welfare and the benefit of my animals, that they're safe and that they're healthy. That's what I care about. I don't care that you want to make thousands of dollars off my beautiful animal. That's not what I fucking care about. And the fact that that's all you care about, yeah, you're never going to have one of my animals in your care so you can do something like that. Forget that. If I'm going to send him somewhere, I'm going to send him somewhere where he's going to be treated with respect and he's going to come home to me in one piece. Or at least, you know, the hopes that he's going to come home to me in one piece. Somebody who's got experience. Because I'm certainly not just going to give one of my teeth to just anybody so they can just fuck with them as much as they please. That is not happening. This is also coming from the person, too, who put it on Facebook on how she forgot to close her T-Sturmey's tank and it fell and died. Who forgets to close their freaking spider's enclosures? That is ridiculous. You open it, you fucking shut it. It is common sense. It's like opening a door. You open it, you fucking close it. It's simple. I triple check mine. I'm not saying people should be that, you know, like into it about checking to make sure, but that's how I do it. I triple check it. Seriously, I check them like 3 or 4 times. Every time I put them away, if I've done something, I'm checking those lids to make sure that they're closed, unless they have a snap thing. But other than that, I check, like, triple check them all the time, every single time, to make sure those lids are closed so I don't have any escapees. Because first off, I don't want to lose any more of my teeth. I think I've lost enough. And secondly, I have to think of the well-being of my other animals and the people around me. Because I certainly don't want any more bed mates. I already have dogs, cats. I don't need any more creatures in my bed, thank you very much. You know, we think about these things. People with common sense think about it. So anyway, this video has been really, really long. I'm sorry, but I needed to get it out there. I needed to get it off my chest because I need to go to sleep or my head's going to explode. Oh, and I'll see you guys in a second because I have another video to make because I forgot to add it in this video, which doesn't really fit in this video. So I'll see you guys in a minute.